Or biotechnology people, they will be knowing it. Cold dust or thanatophorus. Basically, what happens is it is a damage to respiratory epithelium. Some speaker was telling, we are having a lot of asthma problem in Bangalore. Next slide, please. Now, this is the one slide I wanted to tell you. See, this is the lung, what I can call it as an urban lung. Totally charred, black color, which are smoken over the year. Now you see, what you call this is a tumor, you forget about it. This is the pink lung which is supposed to be there. Both are in adult patients. See what amount of dust or carbon particles you are inhaling in this lung. So this is the changes, this is happening every day to you. Remind that. So these particles, what they do, next slide please, is they irritate. The constant irritation will cause the narrowing. Once you narrow it, you feel the difficulty in breathing and your respiratory efforts keeps on going. Once this narrowing occurs, then there is a distal dysfunctioning occurs. What happens is the total end organ is, you must be knowing, alveoli. They start getting ruptured due to the forceful air entry. When you inhale, here the air velocity increases, that what we call it interalveolar septa. I think all of you know it. Interalveolar, they rupture, then whole alveol becomes like a balloon. Once alveoli is like a balloon, it does not have any power to exchange. So what we call it emphysema or whatever you call it. So your exchange capacity of the oxygen goes down. What finally results in what we call it, next slide please, what we call it chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. So there is no cure for it basically. Imagine, once your alveolar septa, everything disrupted, your lung, even if you give 100, put them in 100% oxygen, you will not be able to feel comfortable breathing because your exchange capacity of the lung is gone. So this is a 100% incurable disease. Cancer can be cured, but not COPD. Once you have developed it COPD, declared as COPD, that is end stage terminal disease. Okay, that is the thing air pollution can cause. Beware of it and try to reduce as much pollution as possible. This is the way. These septas, if they get damaged, this whole thing becomes a thin balloon, what we call emphysematous bullae. That does not have any function at all. So whole lung keeps on destroying like that, then the whole lung, like it must be 20%, 50% like that, if destruction occurs, then the whole lung, then you will call a disease called a COPD, chronic pulmonary obstructive disease. That is, there is no cure for it. Only thing is you can improve the symptoms by doing a little bit of dilation of the bronchi, other thing, but you can never improve this oxygen exchange. Next slide please. So these are the molecules, you know it, and you know that carbon monoxide to hemoglobin attraction, you must be knowing. Suppose if you give equal amount of carbon dioxide and oxygen, will the man survive? Look at biotechnology, no? Carbon dioxide affinity to hemoglobin is 200 times more than the oxygen. Imagine, so 200 molecules of carbon dioxide and 1 molecule of oxygen are equal. So even smallest amount of carbon monoxide can cause the enormous damage. Like that, the same sulfur dioxide, I said n number of list is there. Fluorine is basically a irritant. It damages the mucosa, causes burning. That you must be seeing. Next slide please. So this is the amount where the industrial air, your natural home air gets polluted, and this is how the air damages. Basically the air damage occurs in the respiratory system. The air damage can also occur created by man when most of the times now they have stopped now. The aerosol spray of the fertilizers, pesticides were done in the past. Now I think all over the world, including India, they have stopped it. Even then the allergic dermatitis and all those things were seen, but fortunately those things have been stopped now. You don't get a chemical dermatitis sort of a thing in the air, but majority of this thing is the respiratory damage is still very common and very common in most of the urban areas. And fortunately, like you Rao was telling, what he was telling is a fact, size, not only size, it has proved in medical field also. COPD cases in America is much higher, it is almost 1:200 compared to India. Of course, we are progressive in the direction, we are approaching them fast. It was 1:200, now the recent estimate is about 10 to 10, even almost 1/8 we have come. From 1 to 200 to now we have come to 1/8 now. We have progressed very fast acquiring the COPDs. So water, I think next talk is water treatment only, na? I think I can skip this whole this thing I can skip. The water pollution, I think next speaker will be talking about water pollution and impact of purified water. I think I will skip all these slides. I think everything. These are photos which we have been. These are infective diseases. Previous slide. Previous slide. Next. All of us will talk about lead disease. Previous slide. What is mercury and lead can cause? I will want to show you the photograph because I want to impress you that this is called mercurial poisoning. There is basically heavy metal poisoning. Totally it cripples you. Okay, this is called brittle bone disease. Next slide, please. Lead. Similarly, lead can cause same problems. All heavy metal. It can damage liver, kidney, and basically makes the bone brittle and incapacitated. What is the source of lead? Apart from environment, these are all the source. Our Lord Ganesha and this thing. And imagine it is the amount of lead estimated is enormous. It is 200 times more than the permissible limits. And these lead they don't go anywhere because they are heavy metals. Either they have to settle down on earth or they will contaminate the further down the channel. Next slide, please. Next slide. Next slide. And only one thing I want to stress about the water pollution is apart from the infectious diseases, beware of hepatitis. See, the hepatitis, all of you know that there are varieties of hepatitis A, B, C. A is basically a waterborne disease because considered like a waterborne disease. Most of the times it is self-limiting. The most dangerous is B and C. B and C, initially it was thought that it was only through injections and plasma, blood transfusion, like AIDS can be transmitted, but now it is being very well recorded. 20% of hepatitis B can be transmitted by water. So very careful, and immunization is available. So all of you are, how many are not immunized with hepatitis B among youngsters below 25? All of you are immunized. So be careful. Hepatitis A also is dangerous, and hepatitis B. Actually, these infectious diseases we can control, but hepatitis is a very major waterborne disease which we have to be very careful. Now I think nuclear pollution you have read every day in paper. Next slide, please. Have you ever seen this, the genetic damage? The photographs, which can carry on because it is a gamma radiation which breaks the nuclei. Next slide, please. Breaks the nuclei and the damage, mutation, whatever you call it, it is carried on through the generation. This is the problem of a development which we have to look into. When we have look into a science, nuclear energy or anything, we also have to look into the safety guards, the exposures, everything. That way, coal is cheaper, less harmful compared to nuclear energy, which is costlier and much more harmful. This is basically, we know that it is an endosulfan, which spray has been banned now. It is in Karnataka, Kerala belt, which it is used for which product? Cashews, very good. It is used for a cashew growers. They used to use it. They used to spray the air. So it has resulted in a lot of problem. Actually, this photograph and publicity was taken by a group of students called the Student Union Against Endosulfan. The students who took up the matter, that's why I put the photograph, and they have made government realize. Now unfortunately the incident spray has been stopped, aerosol spray has been stopped, but still it is still not totally banned in India. This is the pictures actually I have taken from their association actually, because the pictures they produced and shown the effect of endosulfan fertilizer used for cashews and extensively, indiscriminately used. But supposed to be a banned, all other countries have banned. Still in India, the banning process is going on. Next slide, please. So these are the pesticides. I think all of you know it. Every day you read it. Nickel, chromium, arsenic. You were talking about Calcutta, the arsenic.